So this gap was too tight, too close to this guy. So I ground them down and then I welded the edge back up. I grind the back and the front and I leave the weld, and then I will put a new tape line here of what I want, and then we'll grind it down to that.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
And there it is. We're just doing them a little bit at a time here. Now we'll go down to our lower one here. And we got, on this lower one, looks like I put a piece of tape down because we got a little high spot there. And then we just got some wavies down here. So we'll go ahead and grind and weld that up. And let's see what we got. Yeah, so we're low from about here to here. So everywhere where we put this patch in. And that happens a lot. You can't really get that edge straight like that. So we'll add weld from there to there. Start over on our grinding. We're gonna have to put a little bit of weld on there. You can't just put like kind of one bead on it, because the bead is melting in. By the time you get it ground and all that, you're back to almost where you started. So you have to put a couple of rows on it. And of course we're dealing with metal that can warp, so we can't get too crazy with it. But what I try to do is run the longest weld I can right on that edge without running it too much. So I'll do something like that, that. And we're going to have to let it cool. So you can see we might have enough weld there at the very beginning, but we still need quite a bit there, and then we're pretty good ways off here to get to this point. So we're gonna, by the time we get it done, our weld's gonna be getting pretty close to our jam here. Then we'll grind that front, back, and then lay our tape and grind the edge there. But as usual, it's the slow process. We're gonna let that cool and hit it again. We're still gonna need more from about here down in order to make that right. So you can see it's quite a bit of weld just to make a little ways. So that's about how close you need to get that weld in order to cut it to be that wide. So we'll grind that front, grind that back, mask it, cut it to the line. Grind it. Now you can kind of see where that weld ended up a little better. And we'll come back in here and start a line. I like to kind of start off above it so we can kind of see where we were. Taking the tape to the absolute edge there, not where it starts to roll, but the actual factual edge. That looks pretty right on the gap there. So now, come in with our grinder, try to make it even, more even than it was. It's a little tight down there. Let's go with our sander here. It's getting better. Still a little tight. So that's pretty much how you do that. How I do that. Still a little bit tight. I might get a new sandpaper on the DA. Buzz a little more. But
one job and everything